Good morning. I'm Mr. Seagull, school maths teacher, but you can all call me Bobby. So I'm going to be your online maths teacher. So can you say good morning, Bobby? 1, 2, 3. Good morning, Bobby. Come on, you can do better than that through the screen. I can feel your energy. So come on, Dino, Robert, Noah, Alex, Aiden. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, Bobby. Thank you. I think that works. So maybe some of you have just come from doing Joe Wicks at 9 o'clock. So PE with Joe. So I'm really delighted you can join me here, the Shafiq family, at Maths with Bobby at 10 a.m. So as I said, I'm a maths teacher at school. There's my past, Mr. Seagull. I'm a BBC presenter for the Monkman and Seagull Genius Guide, and we have a season 2 coming up very soon. I'm also the author of a book called The Life-Changing Magic of Numbers, and that's my smiley face. It looks like me, doesn't it? Well, the book is all about how maths and numbers changed my life, and I want through these lessons to show you how maths can change your life as well. So if you look at my room, you can see a poster over there. Have a look. That's my face doing the arms. So I'm an ambassador for Explore Learning. And I'm really excited to be supporting Explore Learning with the launch of Explore at Home. And we're supporting their mission to keep education going during these challenging times. And more information can be found about an online free trial if you go to explorelearning.co.uk. Good morning, Addy and Maggie. Good morning, Annabelle from Twickenham. Good morning, Catherine. And what we love is, nowadays, we love social media. We love to do maths, and we love to tell people that we love maths as well. So if you do have social media, on Twitter, we're at Explore Tutors. On Instagram, at explorelearning_official. And then I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Bobby_Seagull. And if you put the hashtag Maths with Bobby, we'll find that. And we'd love to see photos of your children having fun with us, doing our lessons, or even some of the maths raps that we do today, you will learn with me. So please get involved. So we're going to start with something really interesting. So a few more shout outs. Hello, Logan in Bournemouth. Hello, Sienna from Gidea Park. Hello, Aria. Hello, Amber in Epsom. Hello, Manashi in Sunderland. Hello, Emily in Manchester. I feel like we've got so much energy this morning. I can feel it. Let's see who else we've got shout out. Hello, Sebastian Sheldon from Henley. Amazing. So keep giving your shout outs. So as a maths teacher, sometimes people say to me, but Mr. Seagull, I can't do maths. And they say, I always get things wrong. I'm going to show you a little rap that we're going to use at the start and end of every session. So imagine you've got this cross. So can all of you do the cross for me, okay? So children, adults, mums, dads, carers, everyone, put your cross there. Okay, you got that for me? So you're going to do this rap for me. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. So you transform the X, which is wrong, into a Y, which is yes. We'll do that one more time, okay? So you put your arms there. Come on, in the house, I can see you. Arms there for a cross. And we're going to say, yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. We got that? Everyone, yes, we can do maths. Okay. So a quick bit about the structure before we dive into the maths. So on Mondays, if you missed it, we had Key Stage 1, which is 4 to 7-year-olds. On Wednesdays today, Key Stage 2, 7 to 11-year-olds. And then on Fridays, we have Key Stage 3, 11 to 14. Obviously, you're welcome to stay along with it. And each week, we cover a different topic across the 3 different days. So this week is fractions, next week is calculations, then time, then measurements, then patterns and sequences, then money. And each class will roughly be about 30 minutes. And at the end of the 30 minutes, I'll do something called a 1-minute Thoughts of Mr. Seagull. And again, I share this at Bobby Seagull on all my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And these are positive messages to help you get through these times. So Thoughts of Mr. Seagull will come through. And adults out there, we're doing a Q&A at the end of the session, about 10, 15 minutes. So do send us your questions either before or after. And throughout the session, we'll be doing some interactive Facebook questions and polls. So make sure you're ready to get typing. So a few more shout outs. Yes, I can hear. Yes, I can do maths. I love that. So we'll do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. We can do it. I can feel the excitement, team. Okay. Good morning from Manchester, Sakura. Good morning, Taya. Good morning, Mariam and Zakia from Bradford. Good morning, Ty from Plymouth. Okay. So what I wanted to show you was sometimes I will give you time to think about things. And when I do that, what I'll do is I'll hold out this model of my brain. So actually there's a BBC documentary coming out later on about British intelligence. And this is a model of my brain. So I'll hold this brain and say, time for you to think. So when I've got that, it's time for you to think. Good morning, Adeline and Goulburn. Good morning, Lianka and Finchley. Okay, so instructions for this session. Firstly, I need you to go and grab 10 items of something for me. 10 items. So it can be pens, pencils, toys, books. And on top of that, I need you to get ideally an A4 sheet of paper. So 2 sheets of A4 paper. One to write on, so it could be your exercise book, but 1 A4 sheet of paper. And if you've got a pair of scissors, get them. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to get 10 items of the same, so pens or pencils or books, anything really. And then an A4 sheet of paper and a pair of scissors. Okay, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Go, I'm going to get them as well. Go, 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 go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. Come on, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Come on, 18. Get those 10 things. 17, 16, 15, 14. Where are they? 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we've got them. Hello, Amelia from East Ham. Hello, Adam as well. Okay, so you should have your 10 items. And I was being a bit cheeky. I was running around, but I actually had them with me. I had 10 items here. I had 10 books. Okay, so you got your books. I'm going to flip over the chart, which I should have done in the 30 seconds I was running around like a headless seagull. No headless chickens with us today. Okay, so let's move the mic closer. So someone just said they can't hear me, so I moved the mic a bit closer. So I got my mic looks like a bit like the Death Star in Star Wars, but it's not. It's actually just a microphone. So I'm going to move the mic here. So initially, we're going to be talking about fractions. So fractions, again, it's good to recap. So some of you on Monday may have seen this before, but it's always good in maths to recap the concept and build on it. So fractions, people often use that word in everyday life. And it's used to represent how many parts of a whole that we have. So imagine we have 2 books. 2 books here, yeah? And we split them in half. Do that for me. Your items, split them in half. So we have 1 there and 1 there. So split them in half. We can also do the same with more. So imagine I get 4 books here. Life-changing magic of numbers. We get 4 books here. And then we split this in half as well. So we get 2 on one side, 2 on the other side. And we can keep doing that with any number. And these become something that we can represent with fractions. And we can do that with more. So again, here now, I've got, how many have I got here? I've got 4, 8, I've got 10 books here. I've got 10 books here. I love fractions, I love that. Hello, Mark from Newent. 10 books here. Shakespeare, it's always good to learn some Shakespeare. Shall I compare thee to a mathematical day? Which is what we have today. So I can split this in half, 5 on this side and 5 on that side. So books can be split. It can be whatever you have. Your oranges, satsumas, anything can be split in half. But this is the key thing, boys and girls. What we want to know is how can we represent this mathematically? So let's look at this. So the simplest example we had was split this in half, yeah? So this is 1 out of 2. And you can write that in this particular way. Let's have a look. So 1 out of 2. Hopefully that should be clear. And let me know if that's not clear for you, not write larger. 1 out of 2. And we can do the same with 10 books. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of a total of 10. 5 out of a total of 10. So we can do 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. So in this particular example, 10 is the total number of equal parts in the whole, because this is the whole we have, and there's 10 equal parts, and we are taking 5 of them. We're taking 5 of them. So I'm going to do a little poll for you now. Hello, Izzy from Norway. We have gone international. We've got Caden from Thamesmead, which I'm really pleased about. But we have someone from Norway. That's brilliant. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to do a little poll to ask you a question. Do a little poll. Let's have a look. So the question is, let's see if I can set it for you. What word means the top part of the fraction? So what word means the top part of the fraction? Oh, okay, I'll move the board slightly closer. Good, I love that feedback. So have you got that question there? What word means the top part of the fraction? Okay, so I've moved the board a little bit closer for you. That should be clearer now. Ooh. Technology in action. Okay, so what word? So can you put in that comment for me? So there should be a poll. Good, we got some good answers coming in. So the answers are correct. We got Emily, Jasmine, Nikki, Nicola, Dougal, Valeria, all telling me that the answer is numerator, which is correct. And let's spell that. So it's N-U-M-A. So write this down for me. T-O-R. So numerator. 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 We've got that word. That means the top part of the fraction. So the bottom part actually has a similar word, but slightly different. To Ices from London and Millie from Milton Keynes. Let's have a look. So the bottom word actually is denominator. Denominator. That's the bottom part. And the top part is the numerator. So write that D-E-N-O-M-I-N-A-T-O-R. So we have the numerator and the denominator. So well done, staff, for getting that correct as well. So I've got a little rap to learn this, a little rap to do this. So it is, I'm going to do it first and we'll repeat it. The number on the top is the numerator, the numerator, the numerator. The number down below is the denominator, the denominator, the denominator. So let's try that again, okay? So it's the number on top is the numerator, the numerator, the numerator. The number down below is the denominator, the denominator, the denominator. Can we try that? Yeah, we'll try that, okay? So 3, 2, 1, go. The number on the top is the numerator, the numerator, the numerator. The number down below is the denominator, the denominator, the denominator. Hello, Yoni and Gabriel from Southampton. Thank you for joining, and well done, Ryan, for getting the correct answer. So what I wanted to now think is, in the real world, we can represent things with fractions. And on Monday, with some of our younger students, we cut an apple up. An apple can be represented as fractions. A piece of paper could be my book. Tear it up into quarters, but don't tear up books. We got a great joke coming in from Julia saying there's a fine line between a denominator and a numerator indeed. If you've got bad maths jokes, I love, please send them through. And again, let us know on our Twitter, Instagram, at Explore Tutors, at Bobby_Seagull, hashtag Maths with Bobby. Let us know how you're doing. In fact, tweet along, Insta along while you're doing the session. We'd love to see how you're getting along. So what I wanted to ask you is what things in your life, let me ask another question for you. Questions. So what other things in real life in a house, let's have a look. So you should be getting that. What other things in real life in your house can be represented as fractions? So the question should be there, and let's see what responses we get. Let's see what we get. Hello, Samuel from Portsmouth. Sanaya from London. Hello, Emilia. Yeah, thank you. I'm on TikTok as well. I'll do my raps on TikTok. So remember, the number on top is the numerator, the numerator, the numerator. The number down below is the denominator, the denominator, the denominator. Okay, so we should have, so we've got Nicholas saying coins, we've got Whitney saying Lego. So again, this might be your parents or carers. We've got Sarah saying pizza, we've got any other, we've got Pizza House, orange from Lucy, pencil, yep, in theory, slice up a pencil, recommend it. You can't see what others. A loaf of toilet paper, yeah. You can half roll of toilet paper, Petronella, any other interesting ones. Pictures, yeah. Chloe 8 says pictures. In theory, you could buy a picture. Good. So, hello, we've got Scarlett, but Ollie from Wolverhampton. Thank you so much. Okay. So, that's brilliant. So, what we'll do now is we'll get a piece of paper. So, do you have your pair of scissors? Your pair of scissors. So, get your paper A4. So, if you go that'll do to get one, go on one. The A4 piece of paper. So, get the mic. I'll try and keep closer to me as much as possible. So, here's the mic. Okay, so we've got a piece of paper here. So you got that for Sina and Zara, all gone. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Okay. So take this piece of paper. Take this piece of paper. So I'll sit down. Take this piece of paper and fold it in half. Hopefully the sound will be better now. Fold it in half. You done that for me? Fold in half. Okay. We're doing that. It's like okay. And then now, when you fold it in half, can you fold it again? Can you fold it again? So you're taking a piece of paper, folded it in half, and folded it in half again. We folded it in half again. Okay, so hopefully you hear me. I've gone very close to the mic. Okay, let's have a check. Okay, so they can hear me apparently when I'm very close to the mic. Okay, so I'm very close to the mic. Okay, so with this piece of paper here, what I want you to do is to get your pair of scissors. If you want to, you try yourself, tear it along those lines, or get a pair of scissors, cut them out. So cut the 4 separate things. Okay, I'm going to cut them out. Let's have a look. So cut them out for me. So 1, so keep cutting it. Or you can tear them if you want. Let's have a look. 2. And then so have you done that for me? Okay, so we have 4 bits of paper. So all of us have 4 bits of paper. You should have that. Okay, so what I want you to do is, firstly, with this one here, one of them, fold it in half. Fold it in half for me. Okay, so you've got one here, fold that in half. And keep it to one side. Now the second one here, I want you to fold that in half. Okay, and fold it in half again. Fold it in half again. Yeah, we've got that. Now this one here, fold it in half, and you can probably guess where we're going here. Fold it in half. Have a guess. And fold it in half again. Okay, got that? So we're going to come back to that in a second, and I'm going to do a quick poll. I'm going to do a quick poll here. I want you to tell me, let's have a look. If we have 2 out of 4 and 3 out of 6, what is it the same as saying? So 2 out of 4 and 3 out of 6, what is it the same as saying? So have a look, have a go. There's a poll there. So on your screens, there's a poll. 2 out of 4 and 3 out of 6 is the same as saying what? Okay, we're getting responses coming through. Good, we've got 40 responses, 50, 60, we're getting more, 90, 100, good. So the answer is 1/2. 2 out of 4 and 3 out of 6 is the same as 1/2. We'll come back to the fourth bit in a second as well. Okay, so if we get the 4 bits of paper, so let's go back to your paper now. Well done, Druvika and Samaya and Sharif. Okay, so this very first one here, what I want you to do is write down half and half. Can you see that? Can you write down half and half on that for me, please? Half and half. Oh, in the middle for you. Half and half. You've done that? Good. So now let's get the second bit of paper, the one that you folded in half twice. This one here. This one here. And there are 4 equal parts. In this, can you see there are 4 equal parts? So each part represents 1/4 of the whole. So can you write down on the second one, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4 on each of them. So we've got 4 equal parts and each one represents 1/4. So I'm speaking really close to the mic, so hopefully the sound should work. And then the final one we had was, okay, let's have a look. So the final one we had was this one here. There are 8 equal parts. 8 equal parts. And each one is, you can guess, 1/8. 1/8. 1/8. Let's see how the sound is doing. Good. The sound is much better now, I've been told. So 1/8. So this is, what you could do is, this is the tricky one I wanted to think about doing was. So we'll leave the other one out. So we have a half and the quarters. The half and the quarters. If you look there, the 2 quarters are the same as a half. And if you look here, the 8ths, 4 1/8ths are the same as 2 1/4s. You can see that? And there's actually a word for this in maths. This is called an equivalent fraction. An equivalent fraction. And let me show you. So if I turn the paper, so an equivalent fraction. So if I had here 1/2, we know that's equivalent to 2 the quarters. 2 the quarters. And also it's equivalent to, have a guess, 4 of the 8ths. And the rule for equivalent fractions is that you can only make them equivalent by multiplying or dividing by the same number. So here's by 2, or dividing by 2. And whatever you do to the numerator, you have to do to the denominator. And again, I've got a little rap to learn this. So the rap is, equivalent fractions is the name, fractions whose values are the same. So it is, equivalent fractions is the name, fractions whose values are the same. So do that one more time. Equivalent fractions is the name, fractions whose values are the same. So I've got a couple of questions. Hafsa is asking, are we going to learn about uneven fractions? So again, we'll move on to Key Stage 3 on Friday, so we'll keep progressing each session. So again, come back on Friday and we'll keep progressing. So it's equivalent fractions is the name, fractions whose values are the same. So now we've seen a bit about equivalent fractions, and we're going to try and see, can we apply fractions to real life questions? Okay, so I'm going to show you. Let me see if I can get my water bottle. Okay, so I have a water bottle. I have a water bottle. Yeah, and this water bottle has 400 milliliters. So I'll write it down. 400. We'll do an example together. 400 milliliters. So I'm going to drink 1/4 of it. 1/4. 1/4 because I'm thirsty. I'm going to drink 1/4 of the water bottle. I like that. Equivalent fractions is the name. Fractions value are the same. Someone's typing it up there. So let's have a look. Drink 1/4 of it. Okay, I've had 1/4 of the water. 1/4 of the water. So the question is, how much of the water is now left of this water bottle? So let's show you how we can use this to help us with that question. So thank you, Akhil. You like my raps and songs? Okay, so if I draw this here, this bar, and some of you may have seen bar model in school, that's the whole of the water bottle, and I split it up into 4 equal parts. 4 equal parts, and each part is 1/4. Each part is 1/4. And we know that this water bottle had 400 milliliters. So 400 milliliters is 4 parts. That means one part is 100 milliliters. Each part is 100 milliliters. So the question was, if you have a bottle with 400 milliliters and you drink 1/4 of it, how much do you have left? I can see a few people coming in. Yeah, not too much. Jasmine says 300. Yes, it should be 300 milliliters. We'll do one more practice before I set you a question. So imagine you have, let's say, let's have a look here. I've got 12 books. Let's see how many I can get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the question is, imagine we've got 12 books over here, yeah? 12 books. And you read 2/3 of them. How many are unread? So it's a question. So we've got 12 books. You've read 2/3 of them. How many are unread? So 12 books. So what I'll do here is, so the question was 12 books, 2/3. So each part is split up into 3. So 3 equal parts of 4. 3 equal parts of 4. So year 6s, some of you are saying you're finding this quite comfortable. If you are, come back on Friday, and on Friday we're going to stretch it even further. We're going to look at percentages, decimals conversion, looking at mixed fractions. So if year 6s and you're thinking, I'm really confident, Mr. Seagull, come back on Friday and we'll stretch you even further. So thank you, year 6s. So for the 12 books, split up into 4 equal parts. So each part is worth 3. 3 there, 3 there, 3 there. So I said you've read 2/3 of them. Actually, I made a mistake. Mathematicians make mistakes too. So I said split into 4 parts. So each part is worth 3. Split up into 3 parts. So 4 there. Now I've got it correct. 4 there and 4 there. And my question was, you've read 2/3 of them. That's 2 equal parts. So how much is unread? It's what's left over. The 4 books. So what you should always do is split it up into the number of parts there. Correct. Well done. Thank you, students. So I'm going to say you one question here. And again, year 6s, try this question now and see how you do. And then if you feel really comfortable, on Friday, we can really stretch you. So I'm going to put this question here. So West Ham, the club I support, play 20 games. And they win 3/4 of the games. So the question is, how many do they win? And this should be fairly straightforward if you're feeling confident. And it's a new topic. So West Ham play 20 games and they win 3/4. Obviously, I'm feeling very confident. So we've got Kat, Anna. So if you're finding this comfortable, come back. Lucy as well. Come back on Friday. Okay, so in this particular question, okay, we're going to go through the answer. I'll give you 10 seconds more. I've got my brain. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I'm going to show the answer. So the answer was 15. And again, the way to do that was, it's West Ham played 20 games and it said they won 3 quarters. So maybe in real life they wouldn't win 3 quarters. So it's 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. As it's 20 games, you divide the parts 20 divided by 4, which is 5 each part. And each part is a quarter. And as West Ham won 3 quarters, it is 15 games. And again, well done for students like Michelle, and you find this comfortable. It means that you should come on Friday where we'll move on even further. So that is that particular thing. So again, the concepts we've done today are, we've looked at, again, setting up a fraction, which is the number on the top is the numerator, the number down below is the denominator. And the other one we learned about equivalent fractions is the name, fractions' values are the same. Equivalent fractions is the name, fractions' values are the same. So they're the 2 things. But again, yes, Polly says that West Ham would never win 15 games. Never? They will. Over a long period of time, West Ham will win 15 games. Oh, Harry says that I used the brain once for one of the West Ham questions. So the brain was used for one particular question. So before we look at, we go through the Q&A with parents. Again, year 6, if you found it comfortable, please do come back. So here is something I want to do before we do the conclusion. So the thoughts of Mr. Seagull. Yes, every session I'll do some more raps. So what I do is on my Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, I share thoughts about how to be more positive. So today's thoughts, so again, adults and students, you can learn from this. It's something called a gratitude journal. A gratitude journal. So when you're feeling grateful about something, it's when you're appreciative of it. And what I recommend is every day you write down 3 things, perhaps in the morning and in the evening, of what you're appreciative of. So for example, for me, it could be 1 is PE with Joe Wicks. 2 is I really enjoyed my breakfast, I had Weetabix. And 3 is I had a really fun maths lesson with you. And again, I'm looking forward to stretching some of you on Friday at 10 a.m. So there's 3 things. And I think you feel better about yourself when you're grateful. So write down 3 things for me that you're grateful for. So what we, again, on social media, let us know things that you're grateful for on our Twitter and Instagram, #mathswithbobby. And also let us know about your raps. Can you do a rendition of it? And again, remember, the rap was, I need to look at my own rap. I came up this morning. So it's across. It is, yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Send us videos of that on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And again, on Friday at 10 o'clock, we will push on forward. So let's see. Parents, do they have any questions? We should have some questions coming in from parents. And just to let you know, and again, this is, we're really excited to be supporting Explore Learning with the launch of Explore at Home. And that can be found on their website. Let's have a look. On their website, explorelearning.co.uk. And there'll be more resources there. So something called the club. If you go to the club on their website, explorelearning.co.uk, you can find a fractions worksheet. And again, if you come back on Friday, we can stretch you even further. And again, on Twitter at Explore Tutors, Instagram at Explore Learning_official, and I'm Bobby_Seagull, which is Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and obviously Facebook. And please share your videos of us, pictures, learning how to do the raps. We've got a question coming here. What key term should I use when explaining fractions? I don't want to say the wrong thing. So the question was, what key terms should I use when explaining fractions? I don't want to say the same thing. I would say it's about being really careful with your language. So for example, the numerator, rather than saying the top part of the fraction, say the word numerator, rather than the bottom half, denominator. And again, using things like it's equivalent to. And on Friday, we'll be looking at words such as mixed fractions, a bit about the decimals and percentage conversion. So it's about being really careful with your use of language. And I think the more you use it, the better. Okay, another question coming in is what real world activities can we do to help with understanding of fractions? And I think that's a really good question. I think it's when you're, so who, again, I always mention this, who loves Bake Off? Who watched Celebrity Bake Off last night? Me. And do you know who was the star baker? It was Carol Vorderman, who used to be the presenter of Countdown. And she loves numbers. And I can tell you why she was good at baking, because maths and baking are connected, because it's all about ratios, proportions, fractions. So I would say, especially now that we're at home, help your adults, the carers, parents, grandparents with the cooking, and talk about, oh, we're going to put 1/4 of this mixture in here, 3/4 in here. So use fractions in everyday language. Again, I love Bake Off. Rebecca loves Bake Off. I've got a question here coming from, what's the best way to make maths fun for year 7, Akil? One thing I would say is that being really confident with your times tables, being really confident. Because once you're confident with your 1 to 10 and 11 to 12, it means that when you're doing questions in class, such as your long multiplication, division, even when you get into year 8, year 9, you look at things like algebra, people that are confident with their times tables feel much more secure in themselves. So I would say be really confident in your times tables. Again, you've got some time to really progress with that. What's my TikTok account? So someone asking that, so I'm at Bobby_Seagull for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I have a question from Hafsa saying, can I do a division wrap? Yes, I will look at one, because division of fractions involves another type of operation. So I'll look at that. I'll put that in my notes for Friday. Division. Sam asked me, how can I improve my learning? How can I improve my learning? This is really important. So Mariam loves Bake Off. We all love Bake Off. Bake Off is great. It's about numbers, and then you get to eat the results, because normally in maths you can't eat this. I can't eat this, can I? It's not a good idea, but in Bake Off you can. So Sam says, how can I improve my learning? And what I'll say for subjects, so there's 2 types of learning, I would say. So for things like English or history, the art subjects, it's about broadening your knowledge. So again, I took part in a quiz show called University Challenge, and that's about reading as widely as possible from different sources, different books, watching different YouTube videos. With maths, of course, the different resources help, but you do need to practice. And sometimes it can be just hard work, like some brute hard force. So get a set of questions, practice it, and then when you feel confident, move on to the next topic. And one thing that's really important in maths is, when you feel confident, try stretching yourself. So again, if today some of you felt like, oh, Mr. Seagull, I found it really comfortable, that's brilliant. It means you're ready to move on to the next level, which means on Friday, when we move on at 10 o'clock, we can move on to the next topic. And one thing I would say is that if you've understood the topics, you're like, that was really easy, teach someone else in your house. Teach one of your siblings, teach maybe your grandparents on Skype, teach the carer in your house, teach someone the concept. Teach it. So genuinely, so I'm Mr. Seagull, your teacher, but you can be Sam, the teacher. You can be Joe, the teacher. Teach someone else. So can you do that for me? And if you teach someone else, can you send us in a picture or a video of someone being taught? So do that. Teach us. So Liz says, I've learned different from what the teachers are teaching. I've learned different from what the teachers are teaching our kids. Okay. So Liz asked me that what she's learned is different from what sort of her kids are being taught. And there are new methods in maths. There are new methods. So again, when I was in school, do you remember, so all of us, when you do multiplication, you do the column method where you line up the numbers. About 5-10 years ago, teachers were teaching something called the grid method. So some people only learned the column, some people learned the grid. So what I would say, parents, adults out there, what you should do is, actually, often your school website has the curriculum that your school follows. Find out what that is, and then maybe even get in touch with the teacher, other people in your school, and find out what that new method is. And again, Explore, we will try and cover that, but Google as well, YouTube, they've got lots of great resources on if you wanted to learn column methods compared to grid methods, lots of different methods on mathematics. So we've got the last couple of minutes here. It's 42 past. So Asha says, how can I challenge myself? So actually, I've got one really good thing. So, so Joanna says, I said half an hour. So Joanna, the lesson itself is about half an hour, but we do Q&A for 10 to 15 minutes. So that's why it's going on till 1:45. So the last bit, we do 10, 15 minutes of Q&A. So actually, it's about trying to do maths problems and puzzles that really stretch yourself. So actually, again, with Explore, every Tuesday and Thursday, they release a brain teaser. One of my brain teasers that you can take part in. So actually, it's on their Facebook site. And also Explore have a young mathematicians competition every year. So they're one for primary school, year 5 and year 6, and the one for secondary on year 7 and year 8. So these competitions can stretch you. So before we finish, we are going to repeat all the raps. On Friday, I'm going to try and do some of the fractions, decimals, percentages. And if you enjoy doing maths in terms of a quiz competition, on Saturdays at 8 o'clock on my YouTube channel, I do a family quiz. So I'm the host. And again, there's more details on my Twitter. There's things like there's a history round, there's a music round, a charades round, but there's one round on primary school work. And I often include maths questions. And in fact, one of the questions I had last Saturday was, can you do 18 times 32 very quickly using any method? So again, that's Saturdays, 8 p.m., a YouTube quiz. So come along and check on my Twitter. So we're about to wrap up now. So again, keep sending us your questions. Again, on Twitter, Instagram, myself, #mathsbobby. Send us your pictures. We would really love you to send your pictures in. So we're going to end off with our original rap, the really simple one over here. So can you get your arms out, all of us? Can you get your arms out together? Put it in the cross. Okay, let's do that. Get your arms out. So it's 1, 2, 3, go. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. One more time. Here we go. We're going to roll out. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Thank you. I've been Bobby Seagull, your teacher with Explore Learning. Please tell your friends and family. The more people we have, the better. And we'd love to keep spreading the word because, you know, what Joe Wicks is doing with PE and exercise, getting the nation to love exercise. And what we'd love to do is to get people to love maths. So final few shout outs. Thank you to Pepper. Thank you to Aiden. Thank you to Petronella. Thank you to Sulsamana. Thank you, Alexa. We really enjoyed having you. Please do message us on Twitter and Instagram. And what we'll do is I'll respond to them if I can and just tell you how good a job you're doing. So I love maths. I think you love maths. And hopefully I'll see some of you on Friday. Thank you, Taya. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Roxy. Thank you, Jennifer. So that is 45 minutes, which is half a football match. So good luck and thank you so much, guys. I'm going to end the live stream. Bye.